This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hello? Anybody here? Hello? There's nobody here. Hello? What's in there?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Oh. Using slides to assure employees that everything's okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header. Show some bevel on all the text. I am not a fast reader. You most of all. Everyone is unique. Okay. Number of slides on this slide. Charts, and slides. So they're mostly charts. Room closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa. Executive bathroom. To be rich, is it a crime to commit crimes? Isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. Okay. Weird. When I press X, it just does the clicking.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
Big office.
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of
He just
course,
told me it.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Oh, sure.
Amazing. He
That's
stepped into the
amazing.
newly opened passageway.
Hold on, I gotta change some of the sensitivity. That's better. Oh, this is pretty dark and scary. Oh, never mind.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, jeez. That spark scared me. This is...
Stanley walked
Whoa.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape? What is this mind control facility? Let's check this out. Whoa. This feels like The Incredibles.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Dang.
Now the monitors jumped to
Whoa.
life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Looks like some of them were fired. Interesting. Look at this. What is that up there? It's like all scratched out. 234? What could that mean?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was
Never.
unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. Where would I do this? Mind controls idle, waiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
We'll turn it off. I don't want people controlling my mind.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
Whoa.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Whoa.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Alright, we beat the game. I guess the stream's over. Good night, guys. Just kidding. It's not even close to being over. We seem to be back
All of his
here.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let me in. Let me in.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's go to the right
This was not
time.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking
Coffee
it all in.
maker. Give me a cold drink. I'm thirsty.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Ooh, pretty leaves.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
That's funny.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
That's funny. Was he gonna say anything else? No, is that it? There's gotta be more to it. Okay, I think he's done talking. That's
But
funny.
at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room. He took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Or did he?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But In his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh my god. That's so funny.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Okay.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Wait.
memo.
I wish we could go in there. Awaiting input. Input received. Wonder if other computers have that.
No matter how hard Stanley
No.
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay. I have to look later. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes.
Yes.
This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Does he say the same things? I feel like it's different this time.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that
No.
even though all your co-workers but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he
Alright, we'll go
detoured
this
through
way.
the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No, we're going down.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Left? Can I not choose? Oh, fine.
Oh, no.
No.
No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Oh man! Oh my
No,
god!
no, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right.
He's
Yep,
lost.
yep. Okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh, okay. Got van lights on. That's not creepy. Hi, Jared. Whoa.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
Close your
We
eyes.
just have to get back to... Who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
Oh man. That's so funny.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley...
Oh.
Wait, what?
What?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley,
something
did you
changed.
change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Let's find the story. Let's go here. Whoa. Whoa. Inner guilt. Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding back to let you torture yourself. Oh, man. Whoa, this has turned into a
I'll say it,
maze.
this is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
Whoa.
Do we
Whoa.
need to
This
restart
is
the
so
game again? Well, I find it
This is so
unlikely that we'll
trippy.
ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No, no. Ah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Eh. Now
Okay,
there's no
it's
doors.
worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Whoa, wait. That door's a different color. It wasn't that color before. Interesting. I don't think we missed any.
Aha!
Whoa.
I knew we'd miss something. The story.
Ah.
Here it comes.
I wasn't here before.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yay! I
You put
won.
in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what
So
might
am
happen
I.
this time. I have to restart.
Restarting again. The Stanley
All
and
right,
Parable
I've got a
Adventure
solution.
line.
This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure line. Just follow the line.
Yay.
How simple is that?
We're gonna follow the line. Whoa, this is new.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa, 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 whoa,
Whoa,
Hang
whoa,
on.
whoa.
That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Okay. Oh my god, this is great. Whoa. I'm loving this. Adventure line, here we go.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make
Will
sure
it?
you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. I've got it in my mind.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No.
No.
Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
To hell with it. Oh, man. This is so funny.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting,
Exactly.
daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
We're going in a circle.
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for
So
it.
trippy.
Oh, no,
Oh.
not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Don't acknowledge it. Alright, we're not acknowledging the adventure line. Just walking down these weird hallways. Oh, there it goes. Oh.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a
this is
reverse
dizzying.
door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
The confusion ending.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times?
8 times?
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Okay.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Whoa. That scared me. That was a freaky noise. What the
All of his
hell?
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Waiting input. Let's put that in there. Perfect. Let's go to the left again. And then...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find...
Right.
Oh, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
We're just gonna stick in here for a minute. Okay, fine. I'll go. I'll leave.
Coming
This
to a
time,
staircase,
let's go
Stanley walked
downstairs.
upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa! Red and creepy. Oh, it's
But
a
Stanley
garage.
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post
Damn
during
it.
work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself,
They are
this is
repeating.
all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
I'm
he
dreaming.
yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't
all
going
repeating.
to lose his job.
These are all
He wasn't
repeating
crazy
rooms.
after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh, what?
Then he imagined himself
That's so
soaring
weird.
through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun,
Ooh.
and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
How?
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Yeah.
Now the
Why
voice
is
was
that?
describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
He has a wife?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
This is making me fall asleep.
I am okay.
He's still here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real.
Oh my
I must be.
gosh.
Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But
Oh,
on this
shit.
particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Oh,
Though
man.
she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the
He
strange
was just
man.
crazy.
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no
Poor
time
Stanley.
for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Poor Stanley. The end is never the end. It's never the end. There's a phone ringing. What's this one? Let's pick it up.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like.
Is that my
I'll
wife?
give you a call if there's anything I forgot.
Stanley's
Thanks,
wife?
See you tonight.
Interesting. Okay. It's so quiet. Where's the narrator? Hello?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's see. Let's go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
Something darker. That's creepy. Is he gonna say anything else?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the
Nah,
room.
that's the same
A
stuff.
room so utterly, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. We're gonna go straight.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. For jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about
We're gonna
nothing
jump
but
on that
you
catwalk.
all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero
Really?
consideration for
Danger,
others?
danger
Are you
everywhere.
that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No buckets past this point. Remember this sign. It is very important. Later on.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
We're gonna go blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, blue door behind us.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because
What is
I
that
did.
down there?
And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This
Third
already
option.
feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
Look at the
Go
missing
ahead, Stanley.
textures.
Take it for a spin.
I want to know what happens if we go through one of these.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think
Sure.
we can do that? Yes?
Sure.
Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Alright, so we've got 3 doors and we have the Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. I wonder if this is real. %21 of players skip the intro sequence. Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. Compete against others to improve your Stanley Parable career. I'm now 9,328 out of 9,328 players worldwide. Friend list empty. I think this is real. Or maybe not. I don't know. A dead rat is offline. Nice.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
We're gonna go a
Hey,
1.
I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Alright, guys. That's loud. It's gonna be 4 hours of this. Be ready, guys. Just kidding.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating.
It's
What do you think this game is
Firewatch.
about, Stanley?
I've never played
What's our
it, but I
backstory?
know about
What is our
it.
motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant
That's so
to play
cool.
as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that
Oh
must
man.
be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So
It's
far,
just
I
so
love
funny. They just
everything about this
completely
game,
jump
Stanley.
you into a
And it
different
seems
game.
there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Yeah, let's see. That's so cool. Dude, legit? This would be a really cool job. I would not mind it at all. Oh, I have to go around the other way. I would not mind fire watching like this. Just being out here in the woods. Just watching.
Oh,
That'd be so cool.
No, it can't be.
Oh no. What is it?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Nope.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call.
Oh
Really
no,
wandered
not
off
an
into
open world
that
game.
thing. That big open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. Out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably
Alright.
something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
What game would that be?
Okay, I think this will be just the thing. Wonderful.
That's Rocket
See, this
League.
is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run
so
around in.
tiny.
There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally
Oh
impressed.
man. I'm just in a big Rocket League arena.
Okay, so what exactly
so
do we
funny.
do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what
Sports
fun.
ball.
We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley.
Yeah, give us
here's
the ball.
Have fun.
Nice. Yay. We're playing Rocket League in Stanley Parable. Yay. Oh, I missed. It
Are you
didn't go
doing
down.
it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
Yes.
Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience.
Yay, more
I'm going to
balls.
try
Give
it
us more
out.
balls.
Here comes another ball.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Yes. Look at all those. Yes. More balls. No.
Are you
no,
enjoying
no.
this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is
Yes,
this a real
I'm having
video
fun.
game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game,
Rude.
and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much, but who knows? You're an inventive kid, you'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Goodbye, narrator. What is this? Let's drop.
Hold on. What are you doing?